Hello there. Welcome to Ceremony. As I was getting my day prepped and starting to get into the to-do list of the day, I was already, having conversations with myself in my head. I'm like, oh, I should be sharing this. I should be sharing this. I should be sharing this. So I'm like, okay, sit down. Get into that space. Tune in, see what comes through. See what we're sharing today. And practice being in this, because this does make me nervous for some reason. I just feel it. I think part of it might be both the nervousness and the excitement of stepping into myself and like accepting this part of myself on a very deep level. And also like showing that. I think that's the bigger piece, is like showing that, because I've accepted that I am living on a different tuning vibration than other people. I just usually hide it. I usually don't share it or do it like in a quiet way where I go and, hug a tree as I'm walking past and take that moment to say hello. But I'm not usually like saying it in day-to-day conversations, except for a few select people. And here I am posting it to whoever happens to be on YouTube finding my channel. And I definitely know I am not for everybody. I'm on a very specific vibration, definitely very earth-tuned, very high vibe. And I don't mean that in a better, I just mean that in, I'm just on a vibration, and if it's not in tune with you, don't worry about it. Go find somebody who's more in alignment with you. That's why there's so many of us coming on here sharing our gifts, so that you have the possibility to find those who are in tune or much more closer to your vibrancy, to your tuning, that you can relate to. Which is also, apparently encouragement for any of you who are watching, who ever felt drawn to sharing and felt like, why there's already so much. This is why we need to share, is so that we can be present and in alignment with those who vibrate similar to us. And with that, I invite you all, if you wish, to take a deep breath and ground into the planet, into the ether, into this third dimension, overlaid by everything else, of course. Fourth, fifth, whatever one you want to call it, everything. But really ground, feel that settling down and into both our physical, metaphorical, spiritual, energetic bodies. And we bring them all together, bring them all in alignment, because they can often like drift off and like almost split from each other, like they're in those pictures where it's not in alignment, but they're slightly offset, or like front and the back. We like double vision, but it's like quadruple, quartental, whatever, however many fragments there are in yourself. I've definitely experienced that a couple times, when you're like off, and you're even like your sense of where you are in space and your physical sense don't quite match up. That can be just, bringing that and your energy back into your physical to align. That's part of this grounding practice, is to breathe into your body and just bring everything in and ground. And then allowing the breath to help align those spaces. You can do this with me, or you can just enjoy the energy or just watch. You don't have to participate. You can also leave. Everything's okay. But thank you for the space. Thank you for those who are being here, for witnessing, for joining, for sharing. I really appreciate that. Because this part of this is about the collective. You know, I know we're all our own individual, God universe creations, but there's also like everybody else's creations kind of comes together. It's like that flower of life picture with all those circles, overlapping, creating flowers. So there's the individual circles, but then with the overlap, it creates all these flowers, which creates a other, based off that collective coming together. So thank you for being here. Thank you for breathing with me, for yourself, for the planet, for the collective, and for you, most importantly for you, for centering yourself, for coming into you as a whole, for you are the most powerful being in your reality. And as we're filling up from the root into the heart space, we're opening up and we're glowing. You can sit here in that energy for a little bit if you like, feeling the pulse. As you breathe in, it expands. And as you breathe out, it kind of pulses into your whole system. Helps to clear, helps to empower, helps to cleanse, helps to rattle things a little bit so they can realign themselves. If you feel a little bit discomfort, just move. Allow your body to adjust to the energy. It's often the tension and the stillness that we force ourselves into that makes things worse. If you have to make a sound, even stand up, jump up and down, shake, it's all fine. Stroking yourself, reaffirming these are your physical boundaries. Those sometimes get forgotten by your spirit, because this is a very different form of manifesting spirit into physical form. And our spirit is so vast, it can sometimes forget this part of grounding into the whole of our body. Just spend a couple more breaths here. Just allow a few more of you to come into alignment. Apparently this is a collective meditation today, so thank you and welcome. Welcome to this energy, this vibrancy, this dance of alignment, of settling in, of being. And as you feel that energy filling your body, pulsing, allow it to come up and higher. It's like you have an energetic pillar that's coming up and that's pulsing. And as you breathe, every breath, it pulses bigger and bigger and bigger. And when you're ready, take that power and shoot it up and out. Let it fountain out of your top around you and sparkle down. It can flow, it can whatever image, feeling, sound you wish to experience as that. And it can flow and rejoin the inside flow that's coming up and around. And then take a thread, a spear, a pillar, a flashlight, beam, whatever you want it to be, a sound, and send it up into the ether to connect to your universe point. That's what we're going to call it, your universe point. You have your grounding point on the earth and your universe point, so that you're kind of like a pendulum, but that's anchored both top and bottom, so that you're swinging but in a limited sphere horizontally, so that you can be within your space and you're not affected as much by what's going on around you by others. Because when you're not anchored, then you're like a pinball that gets shot around. And things in your awareness, in your reality, just affect you much more. But when you're really grounded into the planet point, into the Gaia point, into the earth love, and then into your cosmos point, Father Sky, Mother Earth, then you have that connection of peace that holds you, that grounds you, that helps you to remain balanced within your sphere, within your energy. And then whatever happens on the outside may touch you, but it's not going to push you off your path. It's just going to make you rock a little bit maybe, or even spin. And that may cause a little bit feelings of disorientation at first when you're not used to being in this energetic space, because you're not swinging like you used to be. So maybe even you're a little vibrating much more because now you're anchored into you space. So it may feel unsettling, strange, even like too much energy in your body. And if you feel that and it's becoming uncomfortable, like definitely remember to breathe and allow that energy to ground into the earth, to go around you into your energy field. It's also known as the torus if you want to look it up for your mechanical minded people like Sarah. And then into the cosmos space as well. There's always flow coming and going, circling, spiraling. When you're not used to that, it feels disorienting. So breathe in through the mouth, nose, in through the mouth, whatever feels like you have to do. In through the nose is a little more cooling, a little more calming. In through the head, in through the nervous system. And then big sighs out if you can. You don't have to if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Self-conscious, that's what it is, but that's not the right use of that word. Self-conscious is your thinking mind, your thoughts coming from your 3D reality. Your subconscious is your programming that when you step out, it keeps your physical reality continuing. And yes, that program is changeable. It's a thought away, and I know that That sounds trite, but it's true. It's a choice away. It's a choice and a choice and a choice and a choice that you make in the now, the now, the now, the now moments. And I know that sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Sometimes feels like it's out of control because there have been all these past choices that kind of built momentum that you're pushing you into a direction because of those choices. It's when you stop resisting that you can pivot and allow those choices to flow past you. Because when you focus on them and you feel about them is when you're magnetically attracting yourself to those choices, and then it's much harder to pivot and to release those things. And I know that can be very challenging for the self-conscious, because the thoughts or mind is like, no, I have to solve this problem, and that's not how it works. I'm sorry to say. I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at myself because I do this so much all the time. But this is a really good reminder. And when you feel like you can't let go, return to the breath. That is your magic key, is your breath space. Your breath, your earth anchor, your cosmic anchor, and allowing the energy to flow, opening up the heart space to love and peace, because that changes your vibration. And then the more you're in this vibrational space, the less those other vibrations are able to be in your space, because they're no longer aligned or aren't close enough with your frequency, so they automatically separate it. They'll repel each other. It's like magic. It is magic. So welcome to Magic Lesson 101, how the universe works. We're having fun with this. I hope you are too, because that's what it's all about, to play, to have fun. And I know that there's fear that can come up, especially when we say those words, because it's supposed to be serious. My love, it's supposed to be fun and joyful and peaceful and happy and exciting. And with that, we're going to start bringing in our energy, our centering. And it's not a locking it down, it's more like bringing it into our aura field, keeping that thread rope connection. It's super, super strong. It doesn't have to be big. Just a tiny thread will hold you in that space that has your connection. And this will never break. It's always there. If you want to make it as big or small as you want, just remember to allow it to flow. Because this is your divinity, your divine right, is to have this cosmic earth energy love flow always present for you. So for myself, I'm going to keep that peace connection, because this is where I want to practice being from. You can be in whatever space you need to be for you. And we wish you the most amazing, magical,